Wait a minute. It's time to cook, everybody. I was about to put these down like the show was almost over, but we just not getting started. It's your boy, Rico. Welcome back to another Cooking with Rico show. Today, we're taking it to the streets, everybody. We're taking it to Philly. So stay tuned. Let's get it on. Here we go. You know, I have to say I love Philly cheese steak, but I'm actually making Philly cheese chicken steak. Whatever. We're gonna make it happen today, everybody. So we're gonna get right into it. Let's get down with the ingredients. So I have 2 tablespoons of olive oil. I have 1.5 teaspoons of Italian seasoning. Forget about it. I have 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt for my tasting, right? So we're gonna actually throw a little tasting here. I'm gonna shred up some
Provolone cheese.
Yeah, some provolone cheese is what we're gonna do. Now, I have bell peppers. I have red and I also have green. Now, I'm gonna actually slice those babies up because it's gonna be all the type of mixture. We're gonna make it nice and tender with a yellow onion that we're gonna actually slice up as well too. Now, of course, I have some big old chicken breast. Yes, big old chicken breast. That's what I got, right? We're gonna shave that down, right? So we're gonna actually have that into strips, right? Because that's gonna be all within that cheese, steak, chicken, and all of that great stuff. Now, of course, you wanna make sure that you have the right utensils ready. And of course, I have, mamma mia, right? I have some French bread, right? So I'm gonna actually toast this French bread. You can actually have it with whatever type of French bread that you want, or you can have it, man, some people even eat it with tortillas. You don't want to do that. People from Philly are not gonna like you because of that. So I'm gonna actually toast that up as well. So of course you already know how to toast. Let's get it on. Here we go. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this off to the side. We are going to start slicing up some stuff around here, everybody. So we're gonna actually just make sure you keep the mess in your kitchen, all right? So first, we're gonna actually slice up bell pepper, take out everything as far as the cavity in the inside. Take it all out. Look at all that. Get out the way. Get out the way. One thing I love about, cooking with bell peppers is the color, but they also smell so good. Man, it smells so good. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, I would agree. I would agree. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice this up, right? So we're gonna actually slice this up and then get it nice and pretty. Nice and pretty here. So make sure you get that squared away, put that off to the side. The seeds out. Remember, it's always a mess in the kitchen. You have a mess in the kitchen, that means you're doing something good. It's the part of cleaning it up. That's the next part, all right? So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna slice these up. So I have mine, nice little chunk. You can actually make a thin slice if you want to, but we're gonna actually have a nice little thick chunk to mine as well. So I get my red ones in here. And it's okay if they're actually uneven because they're still gonna come out nice and beautiful for you, right? So what we're gonna do next, we're gonna actually cut up our onions. So I'm gonna actually put this off to the side here. Now, of course, when we cut up our onion, get ready to cry again. Yeah, if you've seen my my videos before, you know it's time. I love to cry, so you know I love to cry. The onion. All right, so let's get ready to start cutting our onion. All right, so let's get this onion going here. Cut it so good I didn't have to cry this time, which is awesome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to slice this baby up. I'm not gonna put a lot of onions in mine, but if you're an onion lover, you know that's part of the Philly. So what I'm gonna do is just cut it in half there. Put it on to the side. It's kind of like thin like that, you know. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually make sure that it's nice and tender. We're not gonna burn them. We don't want to burn. So I'm gonna set my heat to medium. I like to make sure that I'm cutting at, you know, nice medium. Like I said, it's up to you to put more onions in there. It's really up to you. But just demonstrating to let you know that, yeah, onions do, you know, looks good when you're ready. All right, so let's start putting this together. Let's turn up that heat. Here we go. So we're gonna heat up our olive oil. So what I did was I just divided the olive oil from the 2 tablespoons. I put 1 tablespoon in here. So I'm just going to let that heat up just for a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually put this in. Move this around. I'm gonna let that sit, let it get tender. Let that go for at least maybe 4 to 5 minutes. So why do I love Philly cheesesteaks? Well, I have to say Philly cheesesteaks is amazing. If you like provolone cheese, I guess it's just a unique taste because you have the bell peppers and you have the onions. You know, being in Chicago, we love onions here in Chicago. So that Philly, you know, that Philly cheesesteak, of course, it's gonna be chicken. It's just so good as far as wildlife. And of course, I got friends from Philly as well too. So big shout out to my friends in Philly. This is one of the reasons why I really love, you know, the Philly cheesesteak itself. And then of course the French bread, a nice French bread to go along with it. Cut up, whew, so nice, so good. That's why I like it. I think that's why I like it. Now we're gonna let that go. We'll be back. All right, so one of the reasons we're gonna cut up our chicken, and one of the reasons why I pick chicken is because not everybody you know, I'm a steak lover, so I really love steak. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I want to do something different for people that love chicken, right? And normally it's just beef, right? It's normally beef that you will actually, you know, have for a Philly cheesesteak. But then you have the people that actually loves chicken as well. So that's one of the reasons why I'm cooking this one, because I do love chicken as well. And don't get me wrong, I do love beef, but just tastes, this is gonna taste so good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut these up in strips. And I did because I had the extras that's on there. You can actually try to make a strip out of it if you want to. It's really up to you. Just do it long ways. That way you can at least get whatever you want out of it. Or just leave it for later. Use it for a salad or something. See, it's kind of like really uneven. So really wouldn't feel right unless it's like long pieces. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our seasoning once we have our vegetables, which should be tender. Now I have this pretty much on medium because I want to make sure that it cooks slow enough that it's actually tender. And they're getting close to being tender here. So we give that for a few more minutes, and we're gonna actually take this out, put it on a plate. And then we're going to cook our chicken with the seasoning. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, now that we have our vegetables, move this to actual plate. Smells so good. Oh, let's get the last. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I am going to add in our chicken, but I'm gonna add in the rest of the olive oil. So we're gonna add in our strips. Let that get brown. So I'm adding in the smoked paprika. Then I'm going to add in the Italian seasoning. Smells so good. I'm gonna add in some salt, a little bit of salt. You don't need to add too much as far as the salt because you already have enough seasoning to coat it. So I wanna make sure that we're gonna get this nice and brown on both sides here. Wanna make sure that it doesn't stick, because this will cook pretty fast. So keep an eye out as far as on the chicken itself. And if you need to add a little bit more, add a little bit more. I'm gonna flip this. So I'm gonna add a little bit more olive oil, and then we're gonna let that brown. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our vegetables back in with our juices. I'm gonna mix this all up. Wow. Look at that. So good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna even this out. Now, of course, I'm just cooking this as far as just for the show, but if you want more, make sure you go ahead and separate them and cook them as you wish. So while that's actually going, I'm going to get my provolone cheese. Just breaking up on me, huh? All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn off my heat. Then I'm gonna put the cheese. All right, yes, we are done. Now it's time. Now, I actually, like I said, there's different shapes and sizes that I actually have as far as for my French bread. So of course there's the longer ones, and then you can make the smaller ones for the kids, right? So the smaller ones can actually work out as well. So of course I have this all set. So let me show you. Wow. Oh wait, that looks good. That looks really good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put look at that cheese. Just enough on here. Look at that cheese. It ain't easy being cheesy, everybody. Put that right there on top. Street food, made at home. Nice and easy. Good onions. Woo! Can't beat it. Look at that, everybody. Wow. And I still have some left. So of course, I'm gonna bring out some more French bread. Then I'm gonna actually make more as well so I can eat. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself today. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. Another street food, Philly cheesesteak, chicken style. Yes, chicken. That's what we use. Now you can also use beef as well too. I would say if you're gonna use beef, Philly might be, mad at me, but I like ribeye, right? So you can have a nice thin cut of ribeye if you want to. But maybe I'll make that for you next time. Let's get down to eating. Let's get down to eating right away. Here we go. All right, so now it's time for me to eat. But with Philly cheesesteaks or eat sandwiches, you know, I love potato chips. So I'm gonna throw some potato chips on the side here because I'm gonna eat some potato chips with this. So I want you guys to see this as well. I'm gonna just decorate it all around, right? So you can actually do this as far as with your friends, family, or whoever. I've just put it all on 4 corners here. Dress it up just a little bit, you know, and just dress it up, you know. So now I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, take a bite. And I hope you guys are taking a bite with me. Let me get in this. The provolone cheese, you can definitely taste it. Really good. With the bread being crusted as well, and a little toast crunch. I really love it. And of course, your chip. Woo. That's good. Some good stuff. Putting all the flavors and stuff together is such a great thing. The chicken, you know, chicken is good. You know, you can taste the flavor, you can taste the paprika, you can taste the seasoning as far as with it as well. So just keep eating. All right, I've done my duty. Now it's time for you guys to do yours. Enjoy the recipe, enjoy this Philly chicken cheesesteak, so good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll see you later.